Hello everyone, I'm Anakin Blitz, and welcome back to another World of Tanks Blitz video. Today, I'll be talking about the Object 252U, how to play this tank, how to improve this tank, and overall how to get better in this tank. So starting off in this video, we'll be watching a replay by Beat Tank 7514 in the Mystic clan. This is actually a replay that is not like a good replay. You may be thinking this is some 5k damage replay. No, this is not, and this is in fact a very bad replay, intentionally chosen. So I'll be commentating on some mistakes, things that you could have done better, and after that I'll be doing my own live game and hopefully being able to correct those exact mistakes and showing that and talking about what I'm thinking while I'm playing the tank. So starting off in this replay, we see Beat pushing over towards the heavy side, which is obviously a smart choice. We see the T-34 and the KV-3 following along. So now this position I'd say is not really quite the best position. Maybe it works because you can hide your lower plate under those little concrete things, but you can see that obviously the 252 does not have the accuracy to really hold here like a T-34 can. So you just saw that one missed shot there that could have been aimed in a little longer, but you can see that holding in this position is just not going to work. Although he does have enough gun impression, and it's just the accuracy will just not really work in this position too well. You need to remember that in this tank, it is a Russian tank, of course, and you can see right there, that's another miss there. So, and he did get shot there, which is another reason why I would not have chosen this position, because although you may be safe from the heavies, you are kind of in a position where you can be not only shot from the meds, but also any TDs sitting over towards the enemy medium/spawn area. So this is not really a greatest place because there's not cover, there's not that much cover. So I think he's typing up something right now. Yeah, be careful, ISE camping to right. So I'd say staying in this position is not good. It made sense to stay here at the beginning just because you get some early shots off, but now you see that not only are they being flanked, but also this is just not really a good position. I'd say that he could go down into the ditch, maybe. They could rush the heavies, but it looks like he's gonna go after this medium over here in the back, which may not be the smartest idea because that's just one gun off of your team being wasted over here. So he actually turns around and goes for this IS-3, and that's not a bad choice. But I do think that he should have instead gone for the smasher and the other guy there. So we see not an aimed in shot, which you always need to aim in your shots in this tank, of course, because the accuracy is bad. So I'd say that, yeah, it would have been smarter pushing on the smasher and the other guy, because he would have had team support. But over here, there is team support, but not really that much. Another missed shot there, which is not really good. So, okay, this is a part where he should be rushing. He could rush and face hug that IS-3 easily, because this tank is a god at face hugging. And he could be a lot more aggressive, even though the hit points are not that high. So there was actually a lucky shot into that T-34 right there. So I'd say that yeah. So he could have pushed on that KV-3 and that smasher though instead. That could have been a better choice. Could have finished those tanks off. There is a missed shot right there, which he probably should have gone for the T-34 and the other guy instead to the right, because they're not only closer but also. Yeah, they're just closer, so he could have, there was not really a good chance of hitting that KV-3. So now he's going to try to get a shot into the side of the T-34, which unfortunately he does not get out. Probably could have loaded adrenaline to got that shot in. But here we go. There's a shot into the side of that turret of that T-34, and a lucky bounce from that T-43 over there. You can see obviously the troll armor on this tank. You see another bounce there. So you can see that he's getting a lot of bounces, but right now not really good position at all, because of course in the middle of a crossfire and only in a 2v5 situation. So this looks like it's going to be a loss, and it will be a loss. And I only want to show this replay to kind of show some mistakes that I think a lot of players do, not just a lot of players make a lot of mistakes. And yeah, I see a lot of people with 252s that have like pretty low stats in them. So that's one thing that I do need to mention in this video. Buying a tank, like a premium tank, like an OP tank, does not make you a better player. Like buying a smasher or T-22 medium at 252U in Action X will not make you a better player. It may give you better stats, slightly better stats. You might have like a 50% win rate instead of like a 30% win rate. That might be true, but that does not mean that you'll actually do well. A good player in like a Tiger 2 or anything else, not even a Tiger 2, like some like random tier 8, let's just say like a Carnivon. A random dude in a Carnivon that's actually like a decent player will do better than a not so great player in Action X. So you do need to remember that still it's but then I'm gonna go over the 252 in some live battles now. So you saw that those were kind of some mistakes in that battle. I'd say that overall the main things that could have done better was a little bit, like part, I'd say the biggest part was, well, you can't really snipe in this tank at all. You can't play it like a Tiger 2 type of thing. So okay, I'm getting spammed with Platoon invites. It's kind of annoying. So let's just get straight into a live battle here in the Object 252U, and hopefully I can, play it kind of how it's supposed to, and get a good, decent battle that not necessarily best damage, but, okay, that is actually weird. I legit got the exact same map as the replay. This is actually weird, I don't know why, but oh well. That's strange. We got opposite spawn though, but okay, I did not. Okay, that's actually weird. But this is not staged. If you're watching the video, this was not really supposed to happen. But whatever, we got the same map. Sounds good with me. So let's push over towards the heavy route. We're up against a VK-45, and an IS-6 actually. So yeah, we could actually technically go over to a medium, but I'm gonna go try to early cap this B cap because that can help our team a lot. The VK-45, if he does try to go med, he's probably not gonna do a good job there, so we couldn't just rush these heavies unless if there's some more TDs over there. So we see that IS-6 over here, there we go, he missed a shot there. Now let's just try to cap up this B cap. We are a little down the cap, but come on, Lurver, get in the cap. Oh my god. Well, we're gonna be slightly down the caps, shouldn't matter too much, but okay, so you saw that this position right here is basically where in that replay shown was where he was using the 252 over here. It's not a bad spot, but here, okay, let's get a shot into that SU-122-44. Now let's back out, and I would not stay in that position too long, because even though we can actually get some shots into that SU, which, in fact, I'll try another shot, but yeah, it's not really worth the try. Now, the Lurver, I'd say, can actually stay there, and I can go down here, but it looks like he wants to go down, so we're seeing our mediums are dying, so yeah, we definitely need to rush. We probably could have rushed earlier, but alright, that SU is starting to reposition over towards the med side, so we gotta take out— oh my god, Lurver! Okay, I can tell that this teammate is not gonna be too helpful for me, so let's just ignore this guy and try to take out this IS-6. This Lurver is actually— yeah, I don't even know. Alright, so let's ignore that VK-45 and go for this IS-6 here. Let's try to get a shot into the side of him. There we go. Alright, now there's a shot into that side of the IS-6 here. Let's try to angle our tank. And remember, you want to always hide your lower plate, but when you can't hide your lower plate, just there, I just bounced a shot. You want to wiggle the tank to your best of your abilities, because it actually works out quite well. So now let's put on our adrenaline here and try to get another shot into this VK-45. Not sure what he is doing. That's just weird. I don't know why people do this, because just try, get some more damage out. I'm not sure why people do that, but looks like our Lurver is going to finish off that VK-45. We see the enemy's IS-6 trying to cap up B, but let's just get a shot into that IS-6 there and finish him off. Let's see. Okay, he is going to get the cap, actually, but doesn't really matter too much. Let's just full-on rush this guy, and this tank is good at face-hugging, so even though this is the end of the game, a good way to take out a tank like that would be just to face-hug it, because they really can't do much. So that is a GG for round 1. That was kind of an easy game. Just an easy 2K, so let's do like another game and hopefully get a game that's kind of, should I say, closer? I don't know. Okay, turn 9 match, I guess that'd be fine. So Castilla map, alright, so I could go over towards the C route, but I'm kind of thinking of going over towards B-ish area. So we have a 252, an M6 EXP, and a yeah, those are okay, an M103 that we're going up against. So I'm gonna go to B. Okay, even though our TDs want to go over to C. Alright, so our TDs are going over to C, so I'm gonna go over towards B area. Let's just see where the enemy team goes. Oh, come on, what? Are you kidding me, Emil? Are you actually gonna go up there? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Emil? Well, that's not good for us, because it looks like we have an Emil going over to a TD position. Not really something that we want. So let's go over towards this B area, try to get the cap, and it looks like the enemy team may be going over. Okay, a Tiger 2. Okay, this is just a really weird team. A really weird team. Yeah, this team is just being really strange, should I say. So, let's try to cap up this B area, and see if what we could do. Okay, Tiger 2, you should not be there. Come on. Okay, Vicar. Oh, Wait, what? Okay, that's... Bruh. Alright, that's interesting. This is kind of an interesting game, honestly, because... Well, whatever. Let's just play how this game is. I don't want to go down, but I do want to get a shot into that Vickers. And I happen to bounce that Vickers for who knows what, but whatever. That's not really... This is just going to be a really strange game. I don't want to rush him because I'm going to get stuck down the river, but I do want to get a shot into him, but, nope, that's not really going to work. So, let's just go, more left towards, like, the, bridge area. So, oh, M103, let's try to get a shot into that, side of that M103. Alright, some weird RNG. Okay, this is gonna be a really weird game, and I'd say don't really... Okay, this is just the weirdest teams I've ever seen, because we have a Vickers that's in the river for no reason. We have the... I don't know, our TDs went to the opposite way. We have... Okay, this is kind of strange. So, basically, I'm gonna talk about basically how you should play this tank. You should play this tank more as an aggressive tank. It has the armor, it has extremely strong side armor, pretty strong... well, it has really strong frontal armor on the upper plate, basically impenetrable there. So it's a really good at side scraping, so, okay, crap. RHM, let's try to angle and bounce the shell. Let's load an HE shell right into that RHM there. And we have that Vickers CR to the right. Let's try to side scrape and bounce, some shells if he tries to. We see the M103 over there, but here we go. Let's, okay, okay, there's a shot right into that Vickers here, and let's just side scrape. You can see that the accuracy is obviously not the best, but it's not super bad in any way. It just has some pretty long aiming time. So we have some tanks off to the side. Let's try to get a shot into that Yag Tiger. I'm not sure why I just pulled out sideways, but one thing, yeah, okay, don't do what I just did there, but side scraping is real good in this tank. You can hold down, but keep in mind that you only have 6 degrees of gun depression. Emil is still camping there, which is sad. So there's really not much we can do because our team is stupid. So, alright, we have this M6, experimental that's rushing us, so, alright, there we go. We bounced a shell from that M6 experimental there, so, let's try to get, flank his side, but nope, this is not gonna work, this is not gonna work, this is not gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna get one shot, I'm gonna try to face hug, but it's gonna be too late, he's gonna out-reload me. Let's just hope that he somehow manages to bounce me, but probably not. That tank has very good penetration, and there we go. We were finished off. So, I'm gonna do another game, because this is just... Like, look at this Emil. Are you kidding me? For ML1. Okay, so yeah, this tank is basically a tank that you're gonna wanna, play side scraping if you can, but you can also hold down. Just keep in mind that you have 6 degrees of gun depression. You have very nice side armor, very strong upper plate armor. You need to hide that lower plate though. You need to hide. Okay, I got a certificate for the TOG. The lower plate. So if you have like rocks or anything like that, use those rocks to hide your lower plate. And your side armor is very strong. Face hugging is very good in this tank. There's those cupolas on the top, but if you just wiggle your turret around, you should be fine. There's really not the most weak spots on this tank other than the lower plate. The cupolas, there's actually a secret spot, kind of like where the turret ring is, but I might talk about that in another video, maybe. But, yeah, okay, so that game is actually probably gonna end, so maybe I'll just end this video for now. Yeah, I'm gonna end this video for now, but basically, hopefully you kind of learned something, maybe. Probably you never learned anything from the second game, because the second game was the weirdest game ever. So kind of just ignore that second game. The first game, I mean, was fine, but we kind of just wrecked everyone, so it didn't really show my tank actually getting penetrated at all, because, keep in mind, this tank is definitely not impenetrable. Although you do get a bunch of troll bounces, you still need to angle and wiggle this tank, you still need to hide your weak spots, and you still need to play your tank in a position that this tank can play. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and that will be it, and hopefully you learned something. If you're new to the channel and want to help out, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, because it really helps out. We are now trying to get to 300 subs, hopefully to 1k subs. Okay, actually, our game ended. I got 2k, but okay, this Emil, I'm reporting him. Unsporting conduct. Yeah. So this Emil, I guess if you see him in the battle, then he's most likely going to be trolling around. I mean, he did get some damage, but he was just camping the entire time. Absolutely zero help to the team. So I'm actually going to do another game just because why not? The video is actually getting really long, but sorry about that second game. That was just terrible. So let's get into a third game and hopefully a decent game. Alright, so we have Dynasty's Pearl, and we're up against an M103, an IS-5, a T-34 Falcon on the heavy side. So, I'd say we should push over towards the medium. We have our ML1, which can do some hold-down things, and that's literally it. So, I'm going to push my tank over to a position where I don't need the most gun depression, obviously, because 6 degrees, although it's not bad in any way, it's not really something that you want to hold down with. But you do get bounces off of the turret, though, which is one nice thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to push my tank over on this road to the right. You don't need the most gun depression over here. Let's just... and our lower plate is pretty much protected over here. So it looks like the enemy team pushed over towards city. So, okay, guys, don't just rush into there. Alright, so, yep, they have pushed over towards the A side of this map. So, let's try to, we need to hide our lower plate is the main things that you need to keep in mind when you're playing this tank, obviously. So, side scraping is a really good thing to do in this tank. Face hugging is also a really nice thing. This tank is a great brawler. Not a great sniper, obviously. Let's get a shot into the side of that, T-30 right there now. He tracked us. Alright, we have an IS-5 over there. Okay, crap. Yeah. Yeah, this is not really good position because you can see the accuracy is bad. So let's move our tank over a little bit around to another position that should be better. So we have that Panzer 58 over there, which we won't be able to get a shot into. But here we go. We have a T-34, which I can side scrape over here on this corner. And, okay, we see that the T-34 is backing out. Okay, we have an M103 over here, so let's try to get a shot right into that M103. There we go. Okay, let's try to bounce off of the side armor again. Okay, he's actually going for our T-34 or Emil. But face hugging is a nice thing to do, so I could have face hugged him also, but that's another thing that you could do with heavies. Face hug them. Alright, so we have that T-30 over to the left. Let's try to get a shot into them. There's our auto aim. There we go. So we tracked him and got like an average roll on that T-30, and let's just rush this T-30 and try to finish him off. Maybe get an HE into the rear of it. Never mind, there's no need for an HE. Alright, so we have a T-44, T-34 Falcon, and an IS-5 left. Let's try to get a shot into this, alright, let's go for the T-44. Put on our adrenaline and try to get another shot into this T-34. He should not be able to penetrate us, really. There we go. We have some really troll side armor on this tank. So, let's try to get a final shot. Never mind. GG, though. And, that was actually a decent game, I guess. But, again, it didn't really show. I guess it showed the side armor part. And you saw that when I was in a position where I couldn't hide my lower plate, what I did in all these games was just try to wiggle the tank, because it actually makes it very hard for the enemy to penetrate. Now, if you're wondering how to penetrate the tank easily if you can't get a shot into the lower plate, you can just fire a shot right through the track wheel here, and it will pen a lot of the time. That's one thing that a lot of people don't do, but it works really well. But other than that, that will be it for today's video. I know it was a little long. Hopefully you learned something for your 252, because obviously this is a tank that's being sold for 5,000 gold in the store, which I mentioned in the Black Friday video. You should get this tank. So hopefully you learned about this tank, though, learned about how to play this tank, and that will be it for this video. So I'll see y'all in the next one.